Hi, I'm Justin Swisher Family Homestead here, and we are doing this whole series on tomato plants. I love tomatoes. You can have them right now. I want tomato sandwiches. I want tomato sauce. I love tomatoes. So this whole 5-part series is going to be on tomatoes. We're going to have tomatoes galore. So stay tuned. It's coming up in just a sec. So this is what I plant my tomatoes in. These are plastic cups, or not plastic, well yeah, kind of plastic cups. They're what they call Olo cups. I can't say the full name, but what I do is I drill a hole through the bottom of them. I'll get a stack of them, I'll drill a hole all the way through the bottom of them, and I'll make these my planters. And here's the thing, guys, you can use these year after year after year. You don't have to throw them away. You can keep them. You don't have to do as many as I did. I did a lot. I probably shouldn't have done as much as I did, but I did anyway. But hey, we'll see how it turns out. So this is my tomato plant. Now what I do is I take the leaves off of the first 3 inches of the plant. So you know, if you measure your finger right here from point to point, that's 3 inches. So I measure up 3 inches and I take anything that's below this leaf here out. Okay, I pull those leaves off. That gives all the soil nutrients to push to the top. Now when I do that, when I plant it, I'm going to plant it right up to this very first limb on the tomato plant. This very first limb on tomato plant, the reason for doing that, I could actually go all the way up if I wanted to, up to this, and plant this all below. Now, by doing this, you're making the root system bigger. You're making the plant stronger. When we're said and done with planting these tomato plants, I guarantee you that the stalk on the tomato plant will probably be about 2 inches in diameter. 2 inches. From this to 2 inches. Imagine. It's huge. So when you're planting your tomato plants, make sure to take off the first 3 inches, or 4 or 5. You can do that. It won't hurt the tomato plant. You plant it all the way down to the ground, to the first branch, a set of leaves, how far ever up you want to plant. You want to sit there and treat or pick them off, and then plant them in the ground. Now I make my own topsoil, which I put a little bit of bone meal in. Tomato plants love calcium. They love calcium. Calcium is their thing. It's their gift. It's their life. It will flourish like you would never see it flourish before. But you don't want to overdo it. You want to do small amounts. And whenever I see maybe a little bit of yellowing, or I start seeing a little bit of problems with them, I'll throw a little bit down underneath the plant. And I try to keep at least 2 inches off the bottom of the plant. So as this gets bigger, I will eliminate these 2 leaves right here. This leaf and this leaf. I will eliminate those. I like to have some space underneath it because I want to see what's going on around the bottom of it. It's another reason why I don't use the weed barrier. I want to see what's going on with my soil. I want to see what's happening with it. And another thing is watering it. And my watering idea I got coming up is something that I had a dear friend of mine, unfortunately had passed away, and had given me this idea about, what, 8 years ago, on watering tomato plants. And God bless his soul, he was one hell of a gardener, and I did get some tips and tricks off of him, and I'll tell you, they worked. Definitely worked. Anyways, let's get past the sad things. Let's move on to the positive, growing tomatoes. Alright, so any tomato you can do this with. Beef steaks, you can do this. Romas, you can do this with cherry tomatoes, you can do this with anything. The stronger the root base of the tomato plant, the better your growth, the more volume you're going to get. Now just remember, they love calcium. So try to get some calcium into them. I use some bone meal. That's my form of calcium. You can get some nitrate, some calcium nitrate, and you do a little bit of calcium nitrate. Don't overdo it because you'll burn them up. But you can do a little calcium nitrate if you want to, and they will grow and flourish and green. Now, I do have a little concoction that I make up that I use on my tomatoes to get rid of my tomato worms and keep them away. And some other critters too, and we'll get into that on another video. But, so, part 1, you know what I do. Start my seedlings in this, they become this. Look at how beautiful that plant looks. How happy that plant looks. Well, on the next one, will be the session on the planting, so I can show you how I plant these and how they take their root bears. And then at the end of the year, we're going to do a special video, and I'm going to pull one of the root base out, and I'm going to show you how big that root base actually gets. So at that point, guys, so Justin Swisher, Swisher Farms, Swisher Homestead on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And please hit that thumbs up, because that'll move our channel up and get more people to watch us so they can learn what I'm going to teach you. Now, I don't know everything on the homestead, but if there's one thing I do know, it's gardening. So I'm going to stick with what I know in the gardening thing and just give you videos on stuff I don't know that I'm learning. So if I make mistakes or you see something I'm doing wrong, hey, give me a shout out about it. I'd appreciate it, because, hey, I think I'm more of a gardener. I love my plants. Plants are good. I make some good food. At that point, guys, I'll see you later. God bless you.